To go to the 65 games.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Yeah, I like when the guest brings up a topic.
Okay.
So my question actually around this, because you have commented on this and you said it was a bullshit rule. I'm sure.
So everybody, it's Deezer. I got a reaction. I'm about to react. JJ Redick, his podcast, he has Tyrese Halliburton, the guard right now for the Pacers, and they're talking about and the NBA that they should change it to 65 games because people get injured and stuff like that. And to me, if you ask me, man, I would say no. It's like, what the heck? Because first, at the time, people used to have back-to-back, like 3 straight games to playing back-to-back. And then now you don't do that anymore. You just go back-to-back. And now, like, you have your own flight, your team. You have you and your team have your own flight, have your team. You got your own team jet. And you, like, come on, man. It's not like people before that people had to have bus and everything and go from one place to other place and then to play the same game. And then before that, people used to have go coach. And sometimes there might be a delay. You have to wait for a couple of extra hours. And then you have to get the hotel for the next day. So you probably only slept for a couple of hours. And that's why, I don't know, man. Man, NBA, all those players, you have stupid money if you think about it, man. And now you want to cut it for 65 games? It's like, why, man? It's like entertainment, right? I understand that. But we want to watch right there. How come we're going to just cut it just because people get injured? Why people get injured all the time? It feels like people getting injured in this era when you have all this technology with all these medicines. And people get hurt all the time more. Like, people in the 80s, 90s and stuff like that, and early 2000s, to me, people used to play all the time, whatever happened. And now everybody's just always like, no, we should cut it more, this and this and this. Oh, the rule this. And it's just crazy, man. But anyways, so tell me, listen to this.
To go to the 65 games.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Yeah, I like when the guest brings up a topic.
Okay.
So you have commented on this and you said it was a bullshit rule. I'm sure there's been some backlash from different people about that. But my question about this was the general mindset about your first injury, the first hamstring injury, right?
Yeah.
In context.
Yeah.
But did you feel like a sense of urgency to come back sooner than maybe?
Yeah, no question.
You did.
Yeah, what? And then not from like our medical staff, but or
no,
like
for
that,
sure.
but like from
like a $53 million incentive.
Yeah, what?
If the Indiana Pacers are willing to pay you this amount of money, if the Minnesota Timberwolves are willing to pay the max for Anthony Edwards, do we need this like 1 year of like he's got to make all NBA?
Yeah.
Happen to Tatum too, right?
And like you said, at the end of the day, you think these organizations don't want to pay us this money? Like, I understand for salary cap reasons, but you don't think that the Minnesota Timberwolves want to show we made the right pick at number 1, he's a Supermax player,
Yeah.
Or Charlotte Hornets, we made the right pick, LaMelo's a Supermax, or the Pacers trading for me, or whatever the case may be. Like,
Right, the Pacers gave up an all-NBA player to get you.
yeah, exactly. So that's the biggest thing. But combine, like, everybody has to submit their physicals now with this new rule. Like, I'm not gonna lie, that would have screwed me if I had to submit all my physicals. I was coming off a broken wrist. I didn't give my physicals to Cleveland. I didn't give my physicals to it. I mean, like, it only affects this rule right here that we're talking about with 65 games. It affects obviously guys like Joel with MVP, but financially, really only 3 or 4 guys a year.
This is
See, man, that's why they want to cut it. They want to cut it like more and more, man. And I know they're players. I understand that. But if you ask like Jordan and even Kobe and all that stuff like that, they'd be like, nah, I want to cut it to 65 games. That's it. No, I want to play the whole thing, the whole 82. And that's crazy, man. That's so crazy how we're going to do it more and more. These dudes get stupid money, like what, almost like $300 million, the max people like kind of way. And that's a lot of money. You're just playing basketball. Dude, like that's crazy. It's a business for anything like that, man. So, but anyways, let's see that. Let's finish this right here. Let's see at the end right here.
Let's acknowledge this. The rule,
from my understanding, was basically put into place because of Derrick Rose.
Yeah,
Right,
see?
where he won an MVP.
Derrick
in his,
Rose-
yeah,
I've been told it's called the Derrick Rose
Yeah, right.
rule.
He won an
Yeah.
MVP in his third year. Right. He
Yeah.
should have been paid.
How did he was what, like 22? Youngest one, crazy. Hey man. All right, let's go.
more on par with his peers.
Yeah.
Right. The rarity of that, of a guy, I'm sure, I know it's happened a handful of times. It happens. I'm not saying that. There's a lot of fucking good players that are good by their third or fourth year. The rarity of it is still, it's a minuscule amount of guys. I would think if a team says, you're our guy, we want to pay you the supermax, we're going to invest in you, and if you make the All-NBA or whatever incentive they want to attach to it, over the course of this contract, while you're in our uniform, you get the supermax.
Yeah.
Now, if you say, we're going to sign you to this $260 million deal and you have 5 years to make All-NBA and 2 years into it, you request a trade, well, that negates any chance to get the supermax, right?
That's what's kind of messed up right now. You see that with Fox and Sabonis. Them dudes both make the All-Star last year, and this year they're actually having better for stats. And both of these dudes did not make the All-Star, so they're kind of messed. Like I think like $1 million or something like that because it's either the contract they have, and yeah, I think they both are going to be all pro and all that at the end. But hey,
there's got to be some give and take on both sides. I just fundamentally don't like this, that it's just based on 1 year.
Yeah.
And it's your fourth year in the NBA, and it's now at the point where it's not $8 to $10 million over 4 years. It's $50 some million over 5 years.
Are there any comps like this? I'm just trying to think in general in sports. You bring a thing that is just obviously you getting hurt's completely out of your control versus requesting a trade or doing any sort of other thing that, we miss games because of be technicals or whatever it is. Like this is, it just feels like a first in an interesting way.
I agree with that. And the other part of this, and this is just coming from my seat now, which is I vote on this stuff.
Yeah.
So do 99 other people.
all right, let's see what it's gonna say. Okay, JJ. Sometimes he makes a lot of sense, but sometimes he says some stuff like, let's see what happens.
We're all smart enough to make these choices ourselves.
Yeah.
We are. If last year, no one played in enough games. The MVPs played 63, 64, and 66 games. Okay. So you're not going to give an advantage to anybody. So I've talked to some people who are like, I did a 50 game cutoff for All NBA. I did a 58. Last year was a little bit of an anomaly. Literally nobody played games. There was one guy, and I think it was Jokic that played. No, it wasn't Jokic. I'm sorry. It was one guy, I'm trying to think who it was, that played over 70 games that I voted for All NBA. Julius Randle. The only guy. So
One thing I know too, last year was Harry Barnes. He played all games for the Kings last year, and he starts and everything. I'm like, damn, that dude's a savage. But that's basketball, man. Just like football, someone's gonna get hurt. That's what happens, man. You're doing to entertain and play and everything, right? So we're gonna cut it more and more. I disagree with that, man. Come on, you don't go back to back no more. You don't do a lot of things. You have your own jet. You have everything else. The new medicine. What else do you want, man? You got everything, and now you want to cut more? That's crazy.
To me, you're taking some of the power out of the people that are voting on this.
Yeah.
And another unintended consequence, and I guarantee this will happen, is that some guy will make All NBA, probably in the front court. That because of games played, you're like, that guy got a third-team All NBA. Interesting, interesting.
Yeah, that's crazy. But nah, man. Just play, man. You're playing the basketball. You're playing a game, and I understand you. Okay, you have the people that's gonna do the vote for all that for you. The people to help make sure you guys in the middle with it. But at the same time, man, you have people that are on the team, and that's what it. Just like if you go to a job, Just like if you're the best person in this job, of course you're like, hey, I want a raise. That's how it is. It's always gonna be like that any job. But if you're gonna just come over there like, oh man, I just want this right now, it's like, bro, like the Rose thing, Derrick Rose, man, that dude was crazy to that injury. And there's so many other players too, man. So many other players that got injured. And that's sports right there. You get injured, man. It's just watch out for your conditions. You know, make sure you always try to eat right. And yeah, if you're gonna go over there, go to the club all the time, all that kind of stuff, it's always gonna hit you one time. You just gotta just be prepared for your body. That's what people do. Like look at Allen Iverson. When he got the MVP, that dude was like 165 pounds, like barely just 6 foot. This dude at the time, you can actually like put a person down, you know, for a big guy. I think they had that 5 second right there inside the paint. And this dude's get hit all the time, man. From people were like 40 to 100 pounds than him. And he used to take that all the time. But you didn't see him crying about that kind of stuff. So come on, y'all. Just got to watch out for you got to just know how you're going to just, your trainers and for your body. You got to know your own body. You got to just, everybody's bodies are different. Like LeBron, look at his body, man. He has his body he's big and everything. He's just born that kind of way. But he does have to work out. I know he does. Hell yeah. But everybody else has to be ready. Whatever they say right there, man. It's like when I'm watching football right there, okay? Because I'm a Raider fan. You have Max Crosby. He's the one for all the big guys right there as the line and everything. That he always plays at least around like 96 or 97%. He plays the most snaps from all of them. And he just said for him, because his conditioning he does like MMA and all that kind of stuff, and he does other things, and so it keeps him like energy so it could play like the fourth quarter and everything. It's like, yeah, you gotta just watch your own body right there. Everybody's different though, yeah. So shoot, man. So stop it. Just man, I don't know. If you're gonna cut it for 65, that's crazy to me. Like, you don't see Jordan want to do the Kobe don't want to do it. All the other greats right there, they'll be like, what the hell? But like, we're in college now. But, all right, man. Hit me in the comments, man. Tell me what you think, man. You guys get mad. Some of you might get mad, some of them not, whatever, man. But all right, man. It's interesting. All right, peace. Hit me in the comments. Like, subscribe, show love. Peace.